Hi, I'm Ben, I like Kill Team, and I want to talk about it. Well, folks, Kill Team Tomb World is upon us. It is nigh. That's what everybody's saying. Word on the street is that Kill Team Tomb World is nigh. Thank you very much, by the way, to Games Workshop for this early review copy. I've been deep diving the rules, playing some games, and honestly, been having the time of my life with it, so thank you very much. So here's what we're going to do in this video. Actually, let's walk that back. Nay. I say nay. Here's what we're not going to do in this video. I know that you have watched all of the faction deep dives on this box. There's so many of them that have come out. It's great that they exist. It's good that they are out there. But I value you, and I value your time. And I'm not going to assume that you're going to sit through yet another one of those. So instead, because I'm just so hyped on both teams and everything in this box, I'm going to tell you 5 things that I like about it, 5 things that you might like about it, or in other words, 5 things that I think Games Workshop got right. Starting off with number 1. It's the same for both of us. I'm sure. Let's say it on the count of 3, shall we? 1, 2, 3. Deathwatch are back in Kill Team, man. Not in a compendium way, not in a holdover way, not in a sort of Kill Team light way, but in a full-fledged, characterful, flavorful way. This team is sick. I've been playing Kill Team since the before times, before there were APL and tokens on the board and all those types of things, order tokens. And Deathwatch was my team back then, and now they're back, and I'm so excited. One thing that the like Loyalist Marine teams, which I do like, I like Loyalist Marines, but something about the Kill teams that has not normally like grabbed me in is, let's look at the Heretic teams. You've got like the Skin Thief, you have the Butcher, you have the Anointed. These are really cool, interesting, flavorful names, you know what I mean? And then on like an Angels of Death team, the operatives are the Intercessor Warrior and the Assault Intercessor Grenadier. And so not quite as characterful. Is that a word? I'm saying it like it's a word. It's a word now. And I know in Angels of Death, sort of the idea of that team is the power level is sort of spread evenly. You just like take cream cheese and spread it on your bagel. It's spread evenly, and that's kind of the idea there. But it hasn't quite hooked me in. But here we have, on the Deathwatch team, I'm just going to flip through some of these names. You've got the Blade Master. It sounds sick. You've got the Bombard. You have the Disruptor. You've got the Breacher. You got the Demolisher, right? You've got the Marksman, the Head Taker, dude. The Horde Slayer. Like, come on. These are all super cool names. And to go along with those super cool names are just insane rules. Every guy on this team is an absolute unit. You know what I mean? Like, every one of these guys is a leader, essentially. And I'm just excited to have Kill Team back. Have Deathwatch back in Kill Team, because that's the namesake of the entire game. And we've been waiting for this for like 3+ years at this point, and Games Workshop did not disappoint. This team is awesome, maybe a little too awesome. Time will tell. That's for a different video. But really cool stuff. And so I'm happy. I hope you're happy. Marines, are cool again, and I like that. Number 2 is Xenos Terrain. Dude, this is pretty cool. Like, Kill Team, the current sort of iteration of Kill Team, launched with Orc Terrain. And so Kill Team is kind of this way that they get to explore these sort of auxiliary concepts they don't get to push in 40K. But everybody's always been talking about 40K terrain and having 40K, do some like Xenos Terrain. And now we have some pretty cool, it's very similar to Into the Dark, but it's this Necron terrain. It's way cool. I think if even if you don't play Kill Team, it could be a really cool display board, pieces to have, in as a backdrop or something for a display board or for a Kill Team, whatever it is. But I think it's really cool that we see these things, because that is on top of Kill Team being it really is its own game now. For a long time, it kind of felt like it was this sort of the little brother game, and it still is, but it was sort of poo-pooed a little bit. But now, Kill Team is treated like a full-fledged game. That's really cool. But part of that is it's a way to explore these sort of secondary things that in 40K, you've got to push the big stuff. You've got to do the things that sell well, that kind of stuff. But really cool to have Xenos Terrain out available in a way that we can all get it and get our hands on it. And it'd be great for display boards, all those kinds of things. You've got, and for like, as far as the Kill Team side of things go, you've got your teleport pads. That's kind of crazy and zany. I'm curious to see how that plays out. There's sort of a little bit of a mind F going on there when you think of it from a competitive point of view, but I'm excited for it. But I just think it's cool to have Xenos Terrain out there. That's what we want more of, dude. Give us more Xenos Terrain for all of 40K. Some Eldari terrain would be awesome, you know what I mean? Give us some Tau terrain. Number 1 on my list. Tau gets a lot of hate, but I think Tau terrain would be super cool, whether it's like, smooth. I've read some of the 40K books. They talk about sort of the buildings, and they're very sort of smooth and futuristic looking, kind of cyberpunky. And I think that would be really cool. Give us some Tau terrain. That's number 1 on my wish list. Give us some Tau Xenos Terrain. But good job. Give us more Xenos Terrain. It's cool. Number 3 is more elite but non-Astartes Kill Teams. For a long time, it kind of felt like every release was just 10 dudes. Like a team of 10 dudes, teams that, 10 Xenos dudes, 9 Elf dudes, and that sort of mid-rangey, whatever. But I love to see elite teams. We have Rekkas, love Rekkas. We have Hyrotech, which is, a low model count team. We have Raveners now. It's like, boy, we were just getting elite teams left and right, and I am totally here for it, man. I think elites are just, I like playing chonky guys, so elites are fun for me. And this Canoptech Circle team, so cool, dude. 21 wound effing chonkers with damage reduction. It's like, good luck. 3d3 heals. Like, I like big chunky guys. And this, to me, it honestly feels like, in one way, this seems like the most elite team because you really have a 3-man team with 8 activations is kind of what it feels like. You have your 5 little idiots. You have one way for a CP to sort of skip an activation, move your nodes around, and then you have your 3 guys. So it kind of, on the table, can feel like even more elite than Space Marines in that kind of way. And so I just love to see it. I want more of it. I think Raveners are dope. I think Canoptech Circle is dope. I love that. Give us more of it. Last edition, elite teams were really struggling. Like if you were playing, a Marine team, it was, God bless. Like it's a rough life out there for you. And now like elites can actually play the game, and sometimes they play the game a little too well. That we have seen that this edition. But I don't think Canoptech Circle is too strong. But I just love having more, 5, 6, 7 man, elite teams that are not Space Marines. I just think it's interesting. Like I don't always want to play as a little Pathfinder. Sometimes I want to be, in a mech suit. I think it'd be cool. Like, elite Tau. Just give us more elite Xeno stuff. We like it. We're here for it. Thank you very much, Games Workshop. Number 4 is interesting team rules. And so I like a good plug and play team where you scan it and you sort of get the deal and you go do the thing. But I think it's also cool and rewarding to have teams that take you a couple times to read it to get it right. Like, I don't know how many times I had to read about the obelisk node matrix before I actually understood it. And do I even understand it now? Conceptually, yes. But in practice, I don't even know. You know what I mean? And so I think teams where, I think it's a good balance as well, because you have just 8 guys, 3 big guys, 5 losers, and you hear your tools to do the job, but it's really interesting. And like it's not boring at all. It is rewarding to dig in and understand how to use them. And I think for some, like looking at Canoptech Circle here, I think it's going to take you a bunch of games before you like start to optimize how you can use your nodes. When do I create the death box? When do I create the the Great Wall that I'm building here? That everything that comes through is just got to be reduced in damage, all that stuff. When do I yeet a thing out so I can go tap a point? Like it's going to take you some games. I think that's really interesting and rewarding. Is that I like teams that every time you play, you're sort of learning something new, like how to use their tools a little bit better. I think that's way cool. And then also even for the Deathwatch side of things, like they are certainly the more plug and play of the two. But even so, like there is so like the list building for them is just incredible. Like when do you take the the Blade Master? When do you take the Watch Sergeant? I think you always take the Watch Sergeant, honestly. Like when do you take the Bombard? When do you take the Disruptor? Like you have these 11 good options. And the cool thing is that every option on here, there's not a single bad data sheet. Like to me, maybe the worst data sheet is the Deathwatch Marksman Veteran. And he's only the worst, or maybe the Horde Slayer. Anyways, but they're only the worst because the other options are so good. They're not bad in a vacuum. They're just bad, when compared to the Head Taker and the Demolisher and the Aegis. I don't know how you say that word. They're only bad compared to those things. So there are no bad options. It's just when do I take what? And just like Canoptech Circle, I think this team is going to take some reps to actually know when to plug and play what aspects of this team, because they can function so crazily differently. Like you can be a shooting team one game and then a melee team the other game, which is kind of crazy. It's just nuts. And so I think that is a really cool thing for it's sort of Phobos-y for that way, but this is, in my opinion, a little more flavorful than Phobos. And so I just like to see that. Interesting rules. Godspeed to the rules writers. I think maybe some of these things could be a little strong, perhaps. I just think the rules themselves and the team rules and the way they built these teams are really interesting and exciting. So love that. Number 5. This one's going to be a touch more subjective. Those are for you. This one's for me. You know what I mean? You got to have one for yourself. And so for me, number 5 is the models themselves. Honestly, tell me, Scour the land. Look upon everything the light touches. Scour all the land in Kill Team. Find me a cooler model than the Geomancer. You can't, dude. You can't. It is the coolest model of all of Kill Team. Like in all of Kill Team, like just pondering the orb inside this obelisk, this freaking centipede creature, just like it's the coolest model that's ever been in all of Kill Team. We got big 50 mil chonkers all over the place now. I love to see that. And the Patriarch is pretty cool as well. That's also a contender. But I think the Geomancer is the coolest model in all of Kill Team. And if you agree with me that it's the coolest model in all of Kill Team, or you just think it's cool, you should check out this shirt that my friends Tyler and Cam are making. Check out the information on how to get that. If you are a fellow orb ponderer like the rest of us, this shirt is for you. And so, anyways, that's a little plug there. But I just think the models are honestly so cool. I think the Deathwatch kit is super cool. When I was building it, I was like, but where's the salamanders, shoulder pads, all these, where's like sort of your mainstays, chapter, staples, whatever, shoulder pads. And there's a Lamenter. There's Lamenter shoulder pads in there. One of my favorite. My personal favorite, which I didn't know anybody even knew or liked anymore, is the Iron Snakes. There's Iron Snakes shoulder pads in there. Dude, that's insane. Like if you want a good book recommendation, go listen to Brothers of the Snake. It's an excellent, these little vignettes of focusing on one Space Marine's career. It's an excellent book, one of the best Loyalist Marine books in my opinion. And so there's just super cool stuff you can do. Like the kits themselves are awesome. And so I think, and you all even get some Necron Warriors in there, which we all know make the best basing material. I know Kill Teamer needs those, but you can put them on the bases of your Deathwatch. So go to town on that. Tell me in the comments below, what do you think the coolest, if you made it this far, what do you think the coolest model is in all of Kill Team? For me, hands down Geomancer, Patriarch, maybe a close second, and then I don't know after that. Let me know what you think in the comment section down below. Guys, this has been 5 things that I really like about this box, or in other words, 5 things the Games Workshop has got right. We gotta do the title thing. We gotta play the game a little bit. Thank you for allowing me to play the game a little. Thank you so much for watching this video. I have got my Deathwatch, getting those painted up. I'll probably do a sort of in-depth, play guide on them, not just a rules walkthrough, but maybe some of my thoughts on list building and those types of things coming out. I think Kill Team is we're really in a golden age of Kill Team. We've got the Chaos Raptors coming out soon, Murder Wing. There's been sort of revealed, Games Workshop has revealed those to us. And of course, that's, right up my alley, right? So I'm going to be all over those when they come out next year. But Kill Team is great. I'm excited for these approved ops to maybe come out at some point. I just think we are in the good golden age of Kill Team. So thank you very much, guys. I have been Ben. You have been wonderful. Keep killing.